everybody. Welcome back to my daily analysis of some of the most interesting clips of the day. I really think, though, that we need to call this show something. So put your put your ideas in the chat, and I'll pick the best one because yeah, it would be nice to say welcome to whatever this is called. Anyway, we've got some great clips for you today. Adam was really testing me, and sometimes I think he just wants to make my life miserable. But why do I say that? Because you're going to see a couple of clips from Donald in a Laura Ingraham interview. That's what we call a twofer in the business. And then we're going to take a look at Ted Cruz getting his hat handed to him, which is always fun. It's a day ending in Y. All right, here we go.
She got rid of the laugh. I noticed I haven't seen that crazy laugh that she got. She's crazy. That laugh, that's the laugh of a crazy person. But I noticed that she's not using that laugh anymore. Somebody convinced her, don't laugh, just don't laugh. Don't laugh under any circumstances because
I like laughter, but sometimes.
Not her laughter.
No, not her laughter. It makes you wonder who told Donald, don't laugh. Don't laugh. Because you may have seen him snicker. Usually at somebody else's expense, usually when he's saying something cruel. But he's never laughed. Like it's a deeply disturbing fact about somebody, right? Laughing is eminently human. And to criticize a woman because of the way she laughs by calling her laugh crazy and her crazy is probably not the winning message he clearly thinks it is. So even Laura Ingraham, who seems pretty humorless herself, stood up for laughing, but not too much. I also kind of find it fascinating that Donald seems to be taking credit for the fact that Kamala Harris isn't laughing as much. She's not using that laugh anymore, as if she's following his guidance, which is completely absurd. Part of the reason is because, also like other humans, she doesn't laugh constantly. She has a lot of serious business to attend to, including beating into the ground, metaphorically speaking, of course, the criminal who is at the top of the Republican ticket. That'll make all of us laugh.
You can't vote for him because he's literally never going to leave office. They're actually still saying that.
Yeah. It's just unbelievable.
But you will leave office after 4 years.
By the way, and I did last time.
Do you think that he would leave office at the end of his term if he is elected, given your concerns about election denialism and his comments about voting today?
No, I don't. You know, as I was writing this op-ed that ran in the Arizona Republic this morning, I remember at one point I had a phrase in the op-ed where I said, if Donald Trump's elected, I fear this might be the last free and fair election of my lifetime. And I struck it out because I thought, you know what, that's a little hyperbolic. That's more than needs to be said. And then, you know, he makes this statement saying that once I'm elected and I'm enthroned, you know, we won't need elections any longer. So sometimes Donald Trump says the quiet part out loud, and we have to believe him. And I think this is one of those occasions that we got some real insight into what his priorities are.
Wow, a Republican who obviously doesn't care if he ever holds elected office again. Good for you, sir, mayor of some Arizona town. He's right, of course, because what did Donald say? That he'll leave like he did last time? Well, the only reason he left last time is because his auto coup failed. He was such a sore loser that despite losing the popular vote by 8 million votes, he still wouldn't accept the results, to the point where his temper tantrum led to an armed insurrection against his own government. Why in the world would anybody take that guy at his word when he is telling us if he gets back in, he's not leaving? Literally and seriously, people.
Let's talk about the why. Why you are supporting Kamala Harris and rejecting Donald Trump, who is a Republican. What is the reason that you find her to be the preference and the preferred candidate over even Trump?
Well, I think that there's a minimum bar for elected officials in this country, and having to do with character, having to do with commitment to the rule of law and the Constitution. And I don't feel like Mr. Trump gets over that low bar. And at the same time, I do think that the vice president is a good alternative. The contrast between the two of them is stark, and President Trump does not compare well. There are many issues that, again, being a Republican, I differ with the vice president on. But what, to me, is the compelling reason to support her is that I don't question that at the top of her agenda is what is in the best interest of the United States. I honestly can't say that I think that's the case with Mr. Trump.
That is how it's done. Just like the lieutenant governor of Georgia, I believe his name is Jeff Duncan, who initially came out just against Donald, but then went on to endorse Kamala Harris. It is not enough to be against Donald. It is not enough to be one of those cowardly Republicans who says they're going to write in somebody's name, right? I don't remember who it was, but some prominent Republican said, just like in 2020, he's going to write in John McCain's name. Well, okay, John McCain's dead, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a chance of getting to the White House. What good does that do us? We need people like this Arizona mayor, like Jeff Duncan, coming out for democracy and endorsing the only candidate they know will protect democracy. That's the message. Good for you. And thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Before we head into the next clip, please click subscribe. That way you will be sure to be alerted every time new content drops on Mary Trump Media's YouTube channel. Doesn't cost anything. It just means that you get kept abreast of everything that we have going on over here. Also, please like the shows and don't forget to share them with people that you think will get a kick out of them. All right, here we go.
And after Russia, COVID, and the Biden cover-up, America's seasoned vets by now. We don't buy the hoaxes and believe the hype anymore. Our eyes are wide open. And if you're going to accuse someone of having sex with a couch, you better have video.
What is wrong with these people? Who wants video of that? Oh my God. And also, I'm pretty sure it's not Vice President Harris, to you, Jesse Waters, who's making that accusation. Seriously, stop it. Just stop it. All of the hoaxes or claims of hoaxes are on your side. All of them. We're adult human beings. Yeah, we know how to joke around and we know how to laugh, but we don't go around, subscribing to the most absurd conspiracy theories. Like, for an example, there's no such thing as Russian interference, says the guy who was getting help from Russia to interfere with the 2016 election. Or we don't accept the results of the 2020 election, says the guy whose cabinet members told the American people that 2020 was the safest, most secure election in American history. All of the hoaxes are on your side. So that's that. But much more importantly, if you want that video, please seek help.
John, you're exactly right, because look, I think we've very clearly seen the mainstream media and the folks out there are not going to do it for us. In fact, they're trying to rewrite history. It's been incredible to see the way they have tried to prop up Kamala Harris and really sell her as some sort of this amazing political figure to the American people. It reminds me of, there was this bag that a very famous designer designed. This was several years ago, and it literally was a trash bag, but they sold this thing for like $2,000, thinking that people would actually buy it. It's a similar situation with Kamala Harris.
Oh, you racist piece of trash. I've said this many times before, but one of the things that I find most despicable about Donald is all of the hideous unintelligent, vile, anti-American grifters he's subjected us to, including that one. Nobody's coronated anybody except perhaps the Republicans coronating Donald Trump. I mean, the Supreme Court certainly tried to coronate him. Kamala Harris was chosen. She was chosen by the delegates. She was chosen by her would-be competitors. She was chosen by her president. And she has been chosen overwhelmingly by the Democrats in the Democratic Party. And one indication of this is that in less than a week, she raised over $200 million from small dollar donors. Unlike some people I can name who rely on billionaires to bail them out and actually who use those small dollar donations he gets to pay his legal bills because he's a criminal.
So this is really who Donald Trump chose as his running mate?
I'm a never Trump guy. I'm a never Trump guy. I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him. I'm a never Trump guy. 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 I never liked him.
Yes, Gen Z is going to save us all. See, that's the kind of energy we've got. That's the kind of energy Kamala Harris generates. Meanwhile, they've got the guy who's obsessed with boat batteries, electrocution, and sharks, and the other guy who had sex with a couch.
Sitting president who also not only
Hold on, you're using president in a way that is not clear. Is it your testimony that in Butler, Pennsylvania, Donald Trump had the same number of agents protecting him that Joe Biden has at a comparable event?
I'm telling you the shift, the close protection shift surrounding.
That's a yes
what you
or no.
asked me, Senator, and I'm trying to answer it.
You are not answering it. Is it the same number of agents or not?
Senator, there is a difference between the sitting president of the United States.
Then what's the difference?
The difference?
2x, 3x, 5x,
National
10x?
Command Authority to launch a nuclear strike, sir.
I'm not
there are other
asking.
assets
How many more
travel
agents?
with the president that
Sir,
the former president will
you are
not get.
refusing to
but
answer
the number
straight.
of Secret Service
Sir,
agents protecting him.
Stop interrupting me.
Go ahead,
You
Senator.
are refusing to answer clear and direct questions.
First of all, Ted, I agree with you. Stop interrupting him. He's trying to answer your question. The fact that you don't know the difference between apples and oranges is not that man's fault. The fact that you don't understand the difference between a sitting president and a guy who's running for the presidency is not his fault. President Biden has monumental and potentially earth-shattering responsibilities that deserve a different level of protection from pretty much everybody else on the planet. Donald Trump, when he's not giving one of his rallies in open fields, is down at Mar-a-Lago playing 2 rounds of golf a day. President Biden has to worry constantly, 24 hours a day, what the best thing to do for this country is. All Donald has to do is worry about whether or not anybody can see him cheating at golf. So come on. And also your argument is completely thrown out the window when we realize that Vice President Harris now probably has the same kind of Secret Service detail that Donald Trump had. Both of them had details before they became candidates, and both of their details were increased when they became candidates. It's not that difficult, Ted. You just like to make a show because for some bizarre reason, you think Donald's still paying attention to you. Get over it and move on and do your job. Thank you. Thanks so much for being here with me today on this as yet unnamed show. It's been a pleasure. Again, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It really helps us. We're trying to grow. in the lead up to this election. The more reach we have, the better. The more shows we'll be able to do, the more content we'll be able to bring you. Also, like and share the episodes, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Thank you so much. In the meantime, please stay safe and be kind.